put in this work. Let's get these views. What is up, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, I'm very happy to have you guys here today as we listen to Drake's new mixtape, Dark Lane Demo Tapes. Now, before we get into it, I know what you're thinking. Doug, Drake stole your look. I know, and I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with that because I'm a nice guy. Drake, I'm gonna let that one 2C slide. You do it again, and I might have to write a diss track. So I'm gonna let this one go, but come on, man. We all know I have the upside down head look, patented, trademarked, it's mine. You clearly stole it. So now that that has been addressed, clearly the elephant in the room, we can be on our way to listening to this music. So there are 14 tracks on this. I have heard 4 of these songs already, I will be honest. When to Say When, Chicago Freestyle, both really great tracks. I think Chicago Freestyle is the better of the two. 2C Slide, who on earth hasn't heard that yet? It's okay, not a bad track, not really what I want from Drake, but I'm not gonna hate on it. I've also heard Desires with Future and also War. So I have heard actually 5 of these tracks, I think. So in any case, I'm praying so that the copyright police don't get this video, man, because a lot of these tracks that I've heard, I didn't make videos for them because making videos on Drake's music is a very easy way to get a copyright strike, actually. I think it was Desires that people reacted to, and a lot of them got striked, so I'm not trying to do that. So if at any point in this video the music just completely cuts out, there's no audio whatsoever, that track was copyrighted, and so I'm just letting you know beforehand. Yeah, unfortunately that happens sometimes. Yeah, I will say this, if you end up enjoying this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, support the channel on Patreon, because that's how I crowdsource all of my very exciting and clearly insane, awesome ideas. And that's how I execute them on the channel, is with the patron support. So be sure to do that. And with that said, let's get into this project. There's some background noise going on outside, but I live on an extremely busy intersection, and if I wait for that noise to just stop, I'm gonna be bumping loud music at 2, 3 in the morning. So just try and ignore that background noise. I'm sorry about it, but there's really nothing I can do about that. Let's get into it. Track 1 is Deep Pockets.
They turn it back on everything we built and they must bleed. I've seen splatter hit the snow in the blood time heat waves. I used to just cut sleeves. My shorty really love me, man. She running around from Laurier to McKenzie when the city's empty. Then we rolling. Deep pockets on a nigga, I can't find my phone thing. Back when the house that I own now was my home screen. Before I'd ever hit from A to B with wanting pressure. Look, I ain't no baller. Still need my accounts longer.
Yeah, it's a cool track, man. It's got a really cool little production, to it. It's got a really nice background vibe to it as he talks about his life and looks back on some of the days when he used to really struggle, and now that he's finally where he wanted to be, things feel different than what he expected them to. Kind of really just braggadocious, is a typical Drake style, and the way he talks about his life just makes it seem so interesting, and it's always so awesome to hear him just talk about it. He really made talking about his life, his career on these tracks, and he's just a really interesting person, or at least he comes off that way in these tracks. So I like it. I think that the hook could have been maybe a little bit better, I guess, but I really stuck with it for the verses and what he was saying in them. So I like it well enough as an introduction. Really cool little vibe to start us off. Like I said, I've already heard When to Say When and Chicago Freestyle. I think they're both really good tracks. I think Chicago Freestyle is the better of the two. That Givian guy is just tremendous, man. Super awesome voice, super cool vibes with that track. And we're gonna move on to track 4, actually, which is Not You Too featuring Chris Brown. Now, I'm pretty excited for this one because I think that No Guidance, which was their last collab, was a really phenomenal track. So I'm excited to see how they approach this one.
I like you.
Wow.
I wanna make you feel the weight off. Oh, save it. Won't you?
He's in his bag, man.
I'm supposed to be first time in a long time. Hey.
Those synths are really unexpected. I like them though.
Trust.
This is one of those crazy late night tracks. Yeah, I can't lie. I was expecting a Chris Brown feature, like a verse for sure, but we just basically got some background vocals from Chris Brown. Honestly, if he didn't even list him as a feature, I wouldn't have minded, because I don't know, something feels weird about seeing featuring Chris Brown and just having Chris Brown sing background vocals. But in any case, Still a great track. Still a really crazy late night vibe, you know. And Drake was in his bag. The flow, the performance, like the actual lyrics. This is top notch Drake vibes. You know what I mean? And personally, I feel like the older he gets, the better and better he gets at this vibe right here. Just giving us that late night like smooth music. And I personally really enjoy that from him. Like I really like his rap verses too, but something about these slow tracks, man, they hit different. They hit different. They don't lend themselves well to a first reaction like the others do, but you know, they definitely hit way different when you're listening to music on your own late at night. It's really, really good stuff. So love that track. Next track is 2C Slide. Heard it already. Huge hit. Went #1. I think he broke a record with it. You know, and it's kind of a sillier, fun track, I guess, but not mad at it. And Desires with Future, I think, is a really cool vibe as well. Personally, I think that when Drake towards the end starts like vocalizing and harmonizing, oh man, it hits different as well. It's a really cool track. Decent Future verse. Not mad at that one either. I think it's a good song. Better than 2C Slide for sure. But we're gonna skip on to track 7, which is Time Flies.
Yeah. I am outside in an AMG, right outside. All the niggas around me, right as they die. Gotta watch the time, cause it's all the niggas around me, right as they die.
It's got a really smooth vibe, man.
I could be a man, but maybe down the road.
Like super sick. The fact that it's a smooth track, like it's a smooth vibe to it, and Drake's performance is really like soft, and he's just kind of like not doing too much. It's not extremely energetic, but at the same time, those hi-hats, they get you bouncing, man. And the actual flow itself, super cool.
Two-turn, baby girl, you know me.
Let's go.
I was pulling off, but they know me. I'm outside.
That's kind of funny. These little harmonies that came in are beautiful. I think that the echoes on his vocals towards the end, sometimes they sound a little funny, you know, like they're just a little unexpected. But that little switch up, that little vibe that comes in towards the end of the track with those little harmonies being brought in, super sweet, man. Really interesting bounce to this track. It's got like a smooth vibe that you can still move to. I like it, man. He's being real honest, talking about his love life. And, you know, we kind of know Drake is that emotional rapper. So, I mean, it's in character. And legit, man, when you live in Brazil, all the neighbors, they just blast their music as loud as they want to, and they just don't care. It's so frustrating.
Hey, if I gotta land, I'ma stick it. I've been pop whipping wrists on another rhythm. I was not finna let them get no top billing. Man, they really tried to take this shit.
This is aggressive.
And if I gotta land, I'ma stick it.
I love it.
Now she wanna call me like she doesn't know that phone's off. Wait, I just met her frictions. Wasn't hearing me before, okay, but now listen. Stick that motherfucker at the Clearport and park that.
Wow. Confidence, the aggression, the hard-hitting beat, the in-your-face performance, like all of that. Super sick track, man. And really quick, too. Kept it short, just boom. Here I am. I'm in your face. I'm bragging. I'm out. I love it. D for L, featuring Future and Young Thug. Yo. Oh, this is about to be the craziest track. The little flute. Oh my god.
All this shit, a nigga was hanging in. Louis Vuitton, better bag in. Oh, my right wrist off Ferrari.
Let's go, Future.
Oh yeah, what's happening there?
This combo is crazy.
Go outside, you better bag in. Hey, presidential faces, whoa, fake heads, started seeing spaceships.
The flow.
Chase it. Hey, I remember grade 6. My trap coming up the street. I read the check off by your daddy.
The energy is crazy. It's crazy energy. It's a fire beat. It's got a crazy little like plucked guitar. Like it sounds like it's like a Sakura preset almost. It sounds like it's Oriental. This plucked little Oriental instrument, and at the same time we got the really cool little flute in the background and that crazy hard-hitting 808 with those fast-paced hi-hat rolls. Man, it's just like energy is on 10. Like we're not gonna let up. We're not gonna stop. You don't have any time to breathe during this track, man. It's just on 10 all the way, 1,000 miles per hour. Future, Young Thug, just crazy energy on the hook, crazy bounce to their flows. Drake came in, did his thing real quick, hopped back out and let Future and Young Thug carry us for the rest of this track, man. Super great combo between those three. And it was just as exciting as I expected it to be, so I'm not mad at that at all. Probably one of the most anticipated tracks off this project. A lot of you guys probably skipped to this point in the video, haven't even seen the rest of the video. Pain 1993 with Playboi Carti. Now I'm seeing a lot of Playboi Carti slander on Twitter, and you know I'm not going to stand for that. You know that I am the GOAT Playboi Carti YouTube reactor, and I'm not going to stand for any Playboi Carti slander. Now, I'm assuming most people are just misunderstanding because they don't have the IQ to understand what Playboi Carti is saying, to understand where he's coming from, you know? Clearly I'm messing around, but rumors that Playboi Carti became a dad last week, congrats to him. Yeah, I think we've all heard bits of the Drake snippet. I want to hear what Playboi Carti brings to this track, so I'm not wasting any more of your time. Let's get to this. Pierre!
Niggas ain't got respect. Niggas just gotta accept. I put that top.
Something just unique about that Pierre Bourne bounce, man. Seriously. Like, I know that sometimes people talk about bounce, and it is a subjective thing. It's not always an objective, like, fact, whether a track has a bounce to it or not. And it's something that a lot of times, you know, artists, producers will talk about. We're looking for a specific bounce to a track. And some tracks have it, and some tracks not so much. Something about the way Pierre makes his beats, man. I don't know whether it's how he programs his drums. I don't know whether it's the 808 patterns, whether it's those really creative chords that he plays in the background. I don't know what exactly it is about his beats that they tend to be, for trap beats, a little on the slower side, and there's just a specific, unique bounce. There's just a vibe that kind of gets you, you know, something about it. Something about it. He's just one in a million.
Hype Williams, I put some ice on her hand. I let her take it in advance. She got a move.
It might be the 808. It's got that, you know, super fat like vibe to it. Love it.
Put a wagon in the driveway, you know I did. When I shoot my shot, it's stuck a wild way.
Drake's flow really helps with the bounce.
Now I'm pockets greased up. Me and Capo trying to leave our mom.
This man's bribing police.
You know she got the sweet stuff.
Hey. Oh man. Yo, okay. All right. The problem with Playboi Carti's verse is his flow, man. It's not his performance, it's not his delivery. The baby voice is typical, expected of Carti, you know, and it sounds fire. Like, the voice sounds fire. It's his flow. He should have approached it with a little bit of like a triplet flow like Drake did. Or maybe the same flow he used on Kid Cudi, you know? A little bit of a faster one. This one's kind of slowing down the track a little bit, you know? It feels like his flow drags behind a little bit, and it doesn't feel like it fits as well as Drake's like a little bit faster paced, wavy flow. So that's really where the issue comes in. I see what people are talking about, where kind of Carti didn't really maximize the potential for the vibe of this track. But it's the problem isn't the way that he delivered his verse. It's not the voice. It's not, you know, the energy in his performance. It's simply his flow. He should have used a different flow, and that's it. That would have sounded way better. But people are hating on his voice. Like, what did you expect from Playboi Carti, you know? What did you expect him to sound like? So I don't have any issues with that. The only thing I think he could have done better is the flow, because we waited so long to finally hear what Playboi Carti was going to sound like on this track, and it is a little underwhelming just because he rapped way slower than we kind of expected him to. You know, his flow didn't really match the vibe all that well. Could have been better. Could have been better. Not terrible though. Losses is next.
It's a song I've been writing now for a few months.
Is this his dad? That soul is crazy.
Yeah. Lost you to the game, I gotta hug that. I was here when you was asking where the love at. And tell a listener what I say. Remember when we used to park up in my driveway, burning incense in your new apartment, but you got no sense.
The vibes to this production are so sick.
I do it for the fam, but still fucking Uncle Sam. I tried to change for you, but that wasn't. Really think I lost you like a ways back.
That's crazy.
Always saying how a nigga never played fair.
That's a great track, man. The vibe to the production's beautiful. The verse is cold. They're interesting to listen to. I mean, he's just, like I said, talking about his life. He makes it sound so interesting. He makes it sound like a movie, you know what I mean? So we just get like super invested in these verses, and he's just a great storyteller, you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful track. I like it. Next track is from Florida with Love.
Mexico, I know I found a plug. Rest in peace of static, yelling, shorty want a thug. Ay. I never touched a road without a plug. Ay. From that day, I never saw the point in talking tough. I got anything. I could lose it all if I'm reacting to the petty things. Where the love at? I'm back, baby. Where the love at? Baby, just because I would never leave, but I could.
Really laid back vibe. You know, it's cool. It's not mad. I'm not mad at it. Not the best song. It's okay though. It's got a really cool little like late night relaxing vibe to it. I'm gonna listen to it again. You know, it's not a bad track at all, and I'm gonna have it in rotation. It's just not that crazy like D for L vibe. You know what I mean? It's just something different, a relaxing vibe. I like it. The last track we're gonna be listening to today, because I've heard War, is Demons featuring Fivio Foreign and Sosa Geek.
Favi, Sosa, viral, movie, I'm in the movie. Skirt round in your ends, host outside on 10, not like them, make man lead and tell them again. Love go way back when, drunk so I type TD Bankers on Kylie, try back in the lobby. Every time she leaves, she come to A foul, viral.
Those choirs are crazy.
London, man, I need me a thick bitch and a Louis bag, just so I can fit me the grip.
The drill vibe is nuts, man. Super crazy, energetic bass line. I love all the 808 slides, you know what I mean? The really crazy like heavenly choir sounds, like all of it is just meant to sound epic. It's literally meant to sound like it's something off of a movie soundtrack, you know what I mean? The energy is there, the performances are great. It's a really like solid song to close us out for this video. So guys, I think that this is a really solid Drake project, man. Just like a mixtape full of Lucy's that he was never really going to drop like together. He was just dropping them one by one, and decided to put them all into an album. So like, I don't expect it to be extremely cohesive or anything like that. It's just a mixtape full of, you know, one-off songs that he was making that he just wanted to release. But man, does it sound good. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these tracks are so good. Like crazy vibes to them. Really solid body of work from Drake. Some of his best stuff recently, you know, some really dope verses, great features on here. Some smooth tracks, some very energetic, hype tracks. Like, we get everything. Drake gives us a little bit of everything, as always. And I think it's just a really fun project to listen to. Be sure to give this a listen, man. Super dope. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Be sure to support the channel any way that you see fit. Don't forget to smash that like button if you ended up enjoying this video. And don't forget to support the channel on Patreon, because that's how I, like I said, crowdfund all the ideas that I have and put them into execution for the channel. So, background noise. I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Thank you all so much. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.